Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you to celebrate the third anniversary of the Sound of Freedom. So let's get into it. This is not my gameplay. This gameplay was specifically made by the YouTuber Color Settings about the boss intros and Yakuza Infinite Wealth. This is not my gameplay. This is made by the YouTuber Color Settings about the boss intros and Infinite Wealth. I'm gonna put the video link in the pinned comment. So let's get back into the anniversary, the third anniversary of the Sound of Freedom. So I have this friend I still talk to even till today from high school, and I don't know if he wants his name out there. So for right now, I guess I'll call him Newborn. My sister had a newborn baby around a month ago, so I'll just call him Newborn. I'm not gonna call him baby, so I'll just call him Newborn. But like I said, he's my friend from high school, and I still talk to him from the day. And every now and again, he streams movies in Discord, and we watch it. And one day he asked me, he said, "Hey, Captain Yeet, have you ever heard of the movie or even seen the movie The Sound of Freedom?" That wasn't ringing any bells for me. So I was like, nah, I never heard of it. I never seen it. I haven't seen anything about this movie. And he was telling me about the movies about human trafficking. It's based on a real story about how, this guy was trying to stop. Well, not trying to stop. Well, I mean, he was trying to stop human trafficking in general, but it's going to be hard to stop every single operation around the world. But specifically, his journey into getting into human trafficking and stopping it and rescuing kids. But he said that Hollywood, for some reason, didn't like it. So they barely promoted the movie. Even when the movie eventually did come out in the theaters, they even yanked it from theaters early. Because usually movies supposed to stay in a movie theater for like a couple months. I'm gonna say like 3 or 4 months. It was in there for maybe a few weeks, and they pulled it out. Now it was getting really great reviews. He said, a lot of people loved it. It was making a decent amount of money, but Hollywood just didn't like just so like the bad part of human trafficking, and so they took it out and didn't make that much money. When I looked it up, then yeah, it was getting a lot of good reviews. I saw that it was gonna go back into theaters for like a limited time, but that really sucks. Like, why would you not want to promote this type of movie to show like the dangers of human trafficking and stuff like that? I mean, obviously when you hear that, it's dangerous, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, why would they pull it? That seems kind of odd and weird. I'm like, yeah, this is really odd and weird too. I forget where he said he heard about the Sound of Freedom. I think he said he watched a video on it, or maybe he saw a trailer. It's just been a while. I forget specifically where he saw it at. But one day he bought the movie on Amazon Prime and we watched it, and this was such a good movie. It was sad though. Throughout the whole movie, man, I was feeling horrible. After watching the movie for about maybe like 2 or 3 days, I was just thinking about everything that happened in the movie. 'Cause like I said before, this movie is about human trafficking. Our main character, Tim, he like already like kidnaps like pedophiles and stuff like that. In the very beginning of the movie, you see him and his boys like kidnapping, well, not kidnapping, arresting. That's the word. I said kidnapping. Arresting this one pedophile with a bunch of stuff on his computer, and I just love how he really gets into like rescuing the kids, because obviously he rescued kids before and gets these pedophiles to put them in jail. But when he really starts to think about it, he's just sick to his stomach, and so he tricks that one dude that he arrests in the beginning of the movie to like confide in him so he can get that one kid back from the beginning of the movie. Remember though, well, I mean, he's rescuing tons of kids, but specifically he's trying to get that brother and sister back. But he obviously he wants to rescue other kids too, but that's like his main mission, getting the brother and the sister back together, back to their father. I do want to mention this one thing before I continue. I'm not gonna call the father dumb, but it did seem kind of iffy. 'Cause remember that girl in the beginning, or not that girl, the lady in the beginning was talking to the father. It was like, hey, your daughter's so beautiful. She can be a child model, and she gave him a pamphlet. And I told my friend while watching the movie, I said that seems a little iffy because the pamphlet she gave the dad was full of adult models. I'm like, if you're coming to me, because I think there is such a thing as an actual child model, which I don't know if that should be a thing, but when you give me a pamphlet and telling me that my kid daughter should be a model, why is the pamphlet full of adults? You get what I'm saying? Shouldn't there be kid models in here? Like you get what I'm trying to say? That's iffy. That's number one. Number two, whenever the dad went to go drop off the son, oh yeah, and then she also said the son could be a model too, but she was also hyping up the daughter. Whenever he went to go drop off the son and the daughter, remember it was like maybe like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and she says you can't come inside, drop your kids off, and come back around like 8 at night. What? I can't see my kids. I gotta come back hours later. That seems a little iffy too. I don't know about that. I don't think I want to drop my kids off. One, because you only showed me adult models in this pamphlet you gave me about kids models, and I gotta leave my kid here for hours. Honestly, you don't even really know this person. You don't know this person at all. What I mean? I don't know if I forget if he saw any recommendations or idea or anything, but yeah, that is just sick. but back to what I was saying, Tim, he wants to, obviously rescue a ton of kids, but his main mission is rescuing the son and the daughter for the dad. And eventually he was able to get the son back. And it just shows like what the children go through when they get trafficked like this. It's just so sad. And what's really sad about it is the bad people that do this, they're like so integrated and they know how to do this so well, which is just sick. Like you shouldn't do this to adults or kids, but it makes it even worse that it's kids because they know exactly how to get them. They know exactly how to transport them so they don't get caught. Like we saw that scene whenever they were putting all the kids into shipping containers and they were stuck on those shipping containers for like weeks and weeks. Like what? Like they know, like they're super efficient and they know exactly how to do this. Like that is sick. That takes time and energy and effort to make sure you know how to do all that stuff. Like it's one thing to have that time and effort and energy and smarts to like smuggle drugs or whatever. That's still bad too. But the fact that you're gonna do this, the human traffic with kids, and then it's human trafficking slash sex trafficking. It's like my goodness, man, that was disgusting. And I was so glad whenever that dude that they caught in the beginning when he tricked them to be like hey I'm like you, I'm just in the cop force, I'm like you, and he showed him the picture of Miguel, and he was just so sick in the head. Like remember they were inside of the not the bar, like this restaurant. He gave him the picture. He said, "Yeah, this time tomorrow he'll be yours." Arrested him. They got him back, and they just saw like the trauma these kids go through. Cause as soon as they got Miguel back, he's been through so much to where whenever Tim rescued him and he asked him, hey man, what's your name? He didn't even think about his actual real name. He innocently said, my name's Teddy Bear. Oh, that is sick. He was like, no, man, your real name. But he didn't even think about his real name. He thought instantly, Teddy Bear. Oh, that is sick. And when we saw his sister, but now we didn't see like, up there because this movie isn't rated R. Even if it was, I doubt they even saw that in like a rated R movie. But we saw that dude walk up on her, and then we just jumps cut to her in the tub, and she's just bawling her eyes out because she's just been through so much. That is sad. And throughout the movie, eventually, after he does rescue a couple kids, he wants to go out to Rio to rescue the daughter and a few other kids. And he meets up with this dude named Vampiro. He used to be like a drug dealer, really bad guy, and now he's in like the child saving game. And I like his backstory because he said after he got out of jail, he had plenty of money from doing like his drug dealing and evil stuff days, and so he was just partying it up every day. And he found his lady of the night, and he got with her. After they were done, he realized, this girl is she's kind of young. She's like maybe 16, 17. And he realized that this girl has been doing this ever since she was a kid. Like the daughter that we saved in the movie was basically her. Like if she never got saved, he probably would have been doing this her whole life. Like that's how much it messes you up, and you just keep going like that. Like my goodness, I know. I'm sorry, I keep saying my goodness, but it really is sad what everything was going on in this movie. But Vampire was, after seeing that, he changed his ways and now he's in like the child saving game. He's still in connected with like, the really bad people that do this, but he like goes behind their back and helps them save them. And I love that one line. It was probably in the trailer, but I never saw the trailers. Whenever he asked him why is he in the game, like, why do you do this? And he says that God's children are for sale. That was good. I don't know if he actually said that because this is based off a real story. At the very end of the movie, it shows like some screenshots, like whenever they like made that fake. When they didn't make a fake island, but whenever they had that fake island of where all the kids were going to be, they were saying that the actual real life Tim person, saved all the kids, saved the brother, saved the sister, and he stayed out there for like another couple months, and he took down a bunch of more operations before eventually he came back, and he is a real one. Because his boss didn't even want him to go out there. He was like, hey, you saved one kid. You did good. You got to save more than just one kid. So he went all the way out to Rio to save like more kids and to specifically get the daughter. And when the daughter wasn't on the island, man, my heart broke. There were like 40 plus kids that came on the boat, but still they were like, hey, is I forgot the girl's name. I'm so sorry, but hey, is she here? And they're like, nah, we just went over all the kids and she's not here. Oh, goodness, man. And they took her to like that one evil, evil spot to where the police and the government wouldn't even go. Like, oh. Man, I was so upset that she wasn't on the island. And it was really sad too that whenever Tim went over to that evil spot, he couldn't save more than just her. Obviously, it was super risky just saving her. 'Cause there was like so many people there with guns and stuff. But still, it just sucks that he couldn't save more than just her. Maybe if everything went back. Oh, sorry. Let me get back to what I was saying. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the island, and the on the no, not the island. What was I saying? I was mixing the island. Whenever he had to save when he saved those 40 kids, and they were just so happy whenever they got saved. They were like, "That's the sound of freedom." The evil spot, the daughter. I lost my train of thought. I was on to something. I have to pause the video really quickly. I completely forgot what I was on to. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I forget. I was gonna mention the boss. That's what I was gonna talk. I completely forgot where I was on track with. But the boss. Like I said, whenever Tim went out to like, I think it was Rio. Whenever he went out to Rio, they like go rescue more kids. He met up with Vampiro. The boss didn't really want him to go out there because that's not really what they do. He already saved one kid. All we have to save more. And whenever the job was taking so long, he was like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm going to pull you back. And he was like, look, I'm so close, but he had to pull him back, and so he quit his job. He was so dedicated to saving these kids, he quit his job, which he is MVP. That's my boy. He quit his job so he can save kids. I remember he called his wife, and he was like, I had to quit. Or no, I think he got fired. The same thing. He was willing to get fired. I mean, that's still the same thing, kind of. But he was willing to get fired so he could stay out there even longer and save the kids. That was good. And the wife, she was 10 toes. She said, "Hey, I get it. You stay out there as long as you need to and save those kids." That's what I'm talking about. Are you kidding me? Not saying every wife isn't. I mean, every wife should be like that. But in movies sometimes or even real life, it could have been a case where she was like, "What? You lost your job. Nah, I'm gone. Like, you don't need to save them. You don't know them. Like, she could have easily said that, but no, 10 toes. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's what I'm talking about. 10 toes right there, man. Anyway, back on track to what I was saying. So I completely forgot about the boss thing. I almost forgot about that. But whenever we found out that the daughter was in that really horrible spot with that really bad gang, to where, like I said, not even like not the government, but not even like the police around the area even wanted to go over there. Well, I do want to mention this one funny part. I know it's a serious movie, but they had a little bit of humor. I remember they got that one guy, like the real police, to like help them, like figuring it. Every now and again, they had to meet up with like the really bad people, like that lady from the beginning, that really skinny guy. They were hyping up, saying, "Hey, we have a whole island. We can do whatever to these kids." I thought that was kind of funny the way they got that one guy in the police force, and he was like really strict. He had like a really serious face, and they were telling him, "Hey, loosen up, like look like a partier." And like when we talk to these guys, he was like, "Okay, I got it. Is this good?" And he was like really stern face. We'll work on it. They were like, "Yeah, we'll work on it." I don't know why, but that was kind of funny to me. And also another funny part was whenever what was it? I forget. I'll probably remember it. But eventually, they had to go over to the island. I mean, over to that really bad spot. But they're like, "Man, we can't go over there. It's super dangerous." But Vampire was like, "You know what? They're gonna need some doctors." Like, what do you mean? That area, there's no doctors over there, so it's really easy to catch disease. And there's specifically, there's one disease a lot of people catch over there. If we pose as doctors, we could just, go over there and look her out for her and get her. And he said, "Hey, pull out your hand." What? Put your hand in the air. For what? He put his hand in the air and he clapped. He was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, boy. Dap me up." That was such a good idea. Well, eventually, when they got out there, they only wanted Tim. They only wanted one doctor because they could see something was fishy. And when Tim found the girl, she was like stomping in the mud. She had a tattoo on her neck. I was like, man, well, like obviously I don't understand these people because I'm like, yo, you are a grown man slash grown woman. Why do you go after kids? Like these are kids. Why do you go after kids? You're a grown man, grown woman. Not saying a grown man slash grown woman should be trafficked or molested, but you're grown. You don't want a grown person, especially this like super duper gangster leader that was in that bad spot where the police didn't want to go to. I know his boys have to be clowning him behind his back because he wants a little girl. Like what? That was such a good scene whenever when Tim finally rescued her and the big boss of the people, he like snuck back in the house to like get with her, but he was hiding under the bed and he was like, "Shh." He jumped up. He started rocking that Joker, man. He was piecing him up. He choked him out. I'm pretty sure he died. I don't know if he died, but he choked him out, laid him on the bed, picked her up, and was booking it. Eventually, when they got back to the car, the Jeep, and they had to like drive away, and that one dude came out the cut with a gun, I was like, what? I thought all the bad dudes were like, back in the facility where, the little girl was. I didn't know that he had them out there on the road. Everybody made it out safe. I got so nervous when they sort of lit up the back of the truck, and the truck, like the back windshield, like broke off. I said, "Oh no!" I was thinking like a bullet might fly in and like hit Tim in the arm or hit somebody else, But no, everybody was made it out hunky dory. I felt so bad for the dad. 'Cause I think his daughter and son they were gone for like a couple months to almost a year, right? I'm pretty sure they were gone for that long. Jeez, I couldn't imagine. And obviously, he was really happy to get his son back, but still, like he said, do you know the feeling of coming back home to an empty bed? We saw that one part of the movie when he goes back. Obviously, he looks at his son and he's like so happy that he's back. But then whenever he goes to his daughter's room and he just sees the empty bed, he just starts bawling his eyes out. This was a sad movie. I was so happy whenever they got back into the hands of the father. And at the end of the movie, like I said, in the real life story, Tim stayed for like a couple extra months and still still to kill not sorry, I was gonna say kidnap to rescue more kids. It just sucks that he like I said, he quit slash he got fired, and they were like he's like a few months or a few weeks away from getting like his pension. Is that what it's called? The pension whenever you worked for so long? I think that's what it's called. Or he was gonna get some sort of money for working there for so long, but he lost it. I was thinking, what if he gets it back because he rescued all the kids? My friend was telling me, nah, that's not how it works because he quit slash he got fired. It's gone now. That really sucks. That sucks bad. But I think that's just about everything I gotta say for The Sound of Freedom. This is such a good movie, man. I do recommend it. I doubt it's gonna, it's not in theaters anymore because they pulled it. I think he bought it on Prime. I don't know if it's on Prime anymore, but I think, no, yeah, he did buy it on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's up there anymore though. I should probably look before I end the video. Man, this was such a good movie. This was such a good movie, man. I don't know why they pulled it from theaters. And like I said, I mean, like he said, they what was it? They barely promoted it or anything. This would have made crazy money. I wonder if they would make another one based on any other like places he took down. Maybe. Oh yeah, that was what I was gonna say. I almost forgot. On the island, when they got to the island, or when they made the fake island to trick those guys, when Bulldog wanted to take that boy to the side, I said, "Oh no." 'Cause part of me was thinking, they got to keep up the facade that they're with them until they get all the kids. But to do that, they can't really get mad at this dude taking the kid to the side, but they can't just let that happen. And Bulldog had his boy pull his gun on Tim. I said, "What is about to happen, man?" I was getting kind of nervous. That was nerve wracking. That's number one. Number two, I didn't even realize whenever he called into the police and he said, "Hey," I thought the boat was a little too close. I'm like, can the bad guys not see the boat from the police on the off to the side of the coast? Like maybe they're a little too close. But whenever he said Bulldog to the side, you have to make sure you aim for him. I thought he was trying to say that, hey, he's a big guy, he's gonna be a problem, take him out first. But no, they made it seem like he was the one that set him up because they didn't have no guns or nothing on him. They were like the pad in his back. They're like, "Hey man, come over here." That was smart. That was really smart. I thought he was saying, like I said, take him out first because he's a big guy. He's gonna be a problem. But now they were making it seem like he's the one that set him up, and that's gonna like that news and stuff is gonna spread around. That was smart. That was really smart. I like that. I liked it a lot. But okay, yeah, that's just about everything I got to say for the Sound of Freedom. So, like, share, and subscribe. Oh, actually, before I end it, let me try to see if I can find like actual picture of the Sound of Freedom I can show at the end because I probably should have been showing that from the get go. But there wasn't a lot of specific scenes I was thinking about. So yeah, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I'm back. Here's the scene I'm gonna show before the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie, I got nervous when he game. Dang it. Sorry about that. Whenever I show like an actual movie scene or something, you're not allowed to show it for too long or you can't get in trouble. So I had to go back to the gameplay video from color settings. So before I end it, I was gonna say, whenever he went to go rescue the girl and like the really bad part where the gang was, I get really nervous because when he found her, he was like, "Oh my good!" Like he was really surprised. "Oh my goodness! Hey, I'm here to save you." And she turned around And for like maybe 4 or 5 seconds, she was just staring at him, blank face, just staring at him, not moving. And I'm like, what's the problem? For a split second, I thought, oh no, don't tell me she got like Stockholm syndrome to where, you've been kidnapped for so long, you're like okay for where you are. I was like, oh, please don't tell me she got that. I thought she was gonna start yelling, help! Somebody like, I was like, no, that is gonna be so bad. But no, no, she was just shocked. She was just shocked in the moment. Phew, that would have been bad. That would have been really, really bad. I'm gonna go back to the just showing, then I'll end it. Sorry about that. I can't show the scene like that. I just showed for too long, or I can get in some real trouble. So I had to cut away and go back to the gameplay. But okay, I guess I'll go back. I do want to show this pretty dope scene though. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever they do the back to back and the double kick, like come on. But I know, sorry, we're talking about Sound of Freedom. Okay, now I'm done. Bye. I do recommend this movie. It's free on Amazon Prime. I thought you had to pay money for it. Maybe you had to back in the day, but it's free now, so go watch it.